Well, after starting in very cold, wet and blustery conditions a couple of months ago at the Adria International Raceway, we have travelled to Castelletto di Branduzzo, where the weather wasn't much better. 2 weeks ago at La Conca, and here in the sunshine of Naples for this, the final round and the final race of what's been a brilliant 2015 WSK Super Master Series. As you can see on the screen, we are about set to go for the KZ2 final, the big one. Quite a sensation because the driver on pole position is not driving a green go-kart. Indeed, he is from La France. He's driving a go-kart from La France. He's the Frenchman, Anthony Abbas, in the French Sodi kart to start on pole position, with the reigning world champion Marco Ardigo on the outside of the front row. Of course, 7 days ago, we've already alluded to it. These drivers, most of them at least, were here for the opening round of the European Championships. So they've got plenty of miles, despite the fact that they've switched to the Vega tyres, Vega, the official tyre supplier, for all of the 4 classes in the 2015 WSK Super Master Series. The times more than 1 second a lap quicker than they were a week ago. That's the scene. That's the grid. So we get set for a start in a few moments' time. Vega not only supplying tyres to all 170 entered drivers here this weekend, but blessing us with 18 beautiful grid girls, as you can see on the centre of the track. Well, we said the 60cc mini drivers might get distracted. Maybe they're a bit young. These KZ2 drivers, they're definitely trying to concentrate on the race ahead of them and not the girls under the umbrellas. I'll try and do the same as we look at the driver on pole position from La France, Anthony Abbas, the TM-powered Sodi kart. He'll reach down and put his glasses on, the only driver in the field to wear glasses. Ardigo is ready to go. Camponeschi's in his kart. Camponeschi won the opening round of the Euro Series. There's the reigning world champion, Marco Ardigo. Finished second in the pre-final. He won the world title at this track in September of last year. He's a 3-time world champion. There's a few world champions in this field. We look back to Arno Kozlinski, who won the 2009 KF world title in Macau, China. This is Simo Puhaka. Starts third on the grid, winner of the last round 2 weeks ago in La Conca. We look back to the 6th row of the grid, the 5 times world champion David Foray, not having a great result. The former World Cup champion Jonathan Tonon, way back on the 8th row of the grid. He's one behind the reigning European champion from Belgium, Rek Dreesen. As you look at Flavio Camponeschi, he's got the number 2 on his kart, but he won the opening round of the Euro Series at this very circuit, in this very spot he was 7 days ago. That is Simo Puhaka from Tampere in northern Finland. That's Vesuvius in the background. Yes, I know I allude to it a lot, but once you come here and see it, it's pretty spectacular. Expecting a strong showing from CRG here this afternoon. Puhaka out of 3, DeConto out of 5, Fabian Federer. Don't discount him, the 2011 Euro champ. He starts on the 4th row of the grid. So we look at Paolo De Conto from Treviso, just near Venice. Starts alongside the Brit, who drove for that very team in 2014, Jordan Lennox Lamb. Made a sensational switch from CRG to Birrell Art in the off-season. He's on the outside of the 3rd row. Right there, in the immaculately presented Birrell Art kart. He is using the Perilla engine, as you can see by the graphic on your screen. A super quick, super talented driver from England. Speaks perfect Italian, lives here as a professional driver for the Birrell Art team. There's their pits in the background, as good as anything you'd see in World Motorsport. The marquee is so big, the truck is hidden underneath. The Vega Grid Girls leave the track for the final time in 2015, but we will see them back for the WSK Night Edition in July at Adria International Raceway. Simo Puhaka won the last round of the series. Ardigo leads the series from your pole sitter, Abbas. 260 points for Ardigo. He won round 1 and 2. Abbas is second from Puhaka. Lennox Lamb sits fourth in the series. And in fifth, Flavio Camponeschi. Just a few moments away from the start of the final race of the 2015 series. The WSK Super Master Series presented to you by WSK Promotion. Also official promoters of the Italian F4 Championship, which kicks off in 7 days' time at Vallelunga. The green flag flies. The karts are pushed into action. The drivers drop the clutch, engaged first gear. We expect 2 formation laps. They will form up on the grid, F1 style. 4 red lights will appear, and when they go out, we will be racing for the final time in the 2015 series. Abbas on pole position with Ardigo alongside. Then it's Puhaka and Camponeschi. De Conto, Lennox Lamb, Marijn Kremers. Watch out for the Dutchman. He's alongside Fabian Federer. Arno Kozlinski, the former world champion, is alongside the Swede, Douglas Lundberg. On the 6th row of the grid, we have Luca Corberi and the 5-time world champion David Foray, Rex Dreesen, the reigning Euro champ, alongside George the Fisherman, Jorge Pescadore. That's what his name translates into in English. He's in the Praga card out of 14. Alongside Tonon is Tiro Mollo, Gianni Vigoretto, Bartosz Itzkowski, Jukas Tavalucius, Giorgio Mandozzi, Gilberto Massatani, in the Danilo Rossi kart, Patrick Hayek, a non-finisher in the pre-final. Watch for him to come charging through from the back of the grid. He's in the number 4 Praga and rounding out the field. Roberto Manducci in the Vemi kart, being looked after by Lorenzo Mandarino from the United States here this weekend. Roberto using the TM engine starts on the 12th row of the grid. They start their second formation lap. Not exactly at warp speed, you might say. Abbas, quite methodical about how he leads the field round. This is the main back straight, where in a few laps' time they will be reaching speeds of 100 miles an hour. 158 k's an hour in clean air, in the slipstream, add 4 or 5 k's an hour to that, which is about 162, maybe 163. Yes, that does pass the magic 100 mile an hour mark. Abbas in the Sodi kart. One race here this afternoon, but they've got the big one coming up later in this year. The French Sodi kart team with 2 French drivers, Abbas and Kozlinski. As we mentioned before, the World Championships this year, where are they? That's right, Le Mans, France. You don't think Anthony's got one eye on that race? September 10, 2015. He starts from pole position in the TM-powered Sodi car. Number 44, his teammate, Arno Kozlinski, the 2009 KF World Champion. As we mentioned, he won that title in Macau, China. Hi to everyone watching us in Asia, including those racing the Asia Pacific Championships early today in Sugo, Japan. Abbas leads the field around. He will pull over to the left of screen, his right. As the field forms up. Ardigo's had some fantastic starts throughout the heats. He starts on the right of screen with his teammate Flavio Camponeschi, winner here 7 days ago in the opening round of the Euro Championships. Right behind him, watch out for Paolo De Gontol in the CRG. A lot will depend on this start, which is only moments away. The final race of the 2015 WSK Super Master Series. 3, 4 red lights. We are racing, and once again, Ardigo rockets off the line. Looks as though Luca Corberi has stalled on the grid. Marco Ardigo has made a brilliant start. He will lead them down in turn number 1, and the CRG of Puhaka tries the outside, but he gets caught in the marbles. They've all gone through the back part of the circuit quite cleanly. Great start by Simo Puhaka in the CRG. Bit of a traffic jam. Your leader, Ardigo, he was brilliant off the line. Abbas in second spot. This is how the pre-final played out until Abbas made a move. Who's got the speed over this 15-lap final? They come down the Vega tyres back straight for the first time, up now into 5th gear. Abbas in second. The CRG pilot of Simo Puhaka, who won the last round, is right behind him in 3rd place. As they come around the final corner for the first time across the line, it is Ardigo from Abbas as Douglas Lundberg. Wow, that was a gutsy move up the inside of Jordan Lennox Lamb. That was just brilliant from the Swede. 140 k's an hour, 5th gear, through that cosmic cart in sideways into turn 1. Lennox Lamb had no choice but to concede to the Swede. Marijn Kremers in the other Birolart sits right behind him. Abbas, he's going to have to make a move on Ardigo, or he's going to come under attack himself by the last round winner, Simo Puhaka. Puhaka is in the slipstream. I think we're going to see a move here. Indeed, up the inside goes not one, but almost 2 CRGs. Abbas holds off. Camponeschi says he'll have a piece of this too. Somehow, Abbas has hold on. Holding on to that move may have just kept him in the race, because look at Marco Ardigo. It's not much, but it's a 4-kart lead. From there, Marco is very good at turning that into a 5-kart lead, a 6-kart lead, and then forget about it. You won't see which way he went. He's not the reigning world champion for nothing. Abbas has got a good run through as we watch the 25 CRG kart go through. Fabian Federer. Abbas. Oh, we've lost Lundberg. Lundberg and one of the Birolart cars have spun at the exit of turn number 2. Abbas under pressure now from Takonto and Puhaka. Oh, both CRGs have gone through. This time, have they? Abbas cuts across. Holds on to 3rd spot. Look at Ardigo. He's coming around onto the Vega tyres back straight. That time he looks over his shoulder. A lead of 0.3 of a second for the Tony Kart pilot. Abbas, he was in second. He's now back in 4th, and he's coming under attack from Flavio Camponeschi in the number 2 Tony Kart Vortex. Abbas does have speed in that Sodi kart, but he's stuck in traffic. He needs to get clear of those CRGs if he's to challenge. But the CRGs have got other ideas. As Fabian Federer goes racing through. He's behind the brilliant young Dutchman, Marijn Kremers. Look at Abbas go very, very wide. Federer with Kremers. Kremers holds on to it in the Birolart. Behind Federer is Kozlinski. Tonon's made a great start. Then it's Foray rounding out the top 10. What a brilliantly talented field we've got here in KZ2. The finest kart racing drivers in the world. Marco Ardigo's gap was 0.3 of a second last time round, but it's closed up significantly. They put it into 5th gear on this infield short straight. It's Tony Kart leading CRG, and Sodi Kart as Marijn Kremers moves up into position number 6. He is now behind Flavio Camponeschi. Fabian Federer, the 2011 Euro champs, right behind him. The gap was 0.4 of a second last time between Ardigo and Puhaka as you watch Camponeschi go through. It's now down to 0.3 of a second. 10 laps to go at the end of this one. Marijn Kremers is absolutely flying. He's in position number 6, but he's done a 104.5. Fastest lap of the race, though, the driver in second, Simo Puhaka, he's into the 1 minute 3s. He's done a 103.9. Every other driver so far is in the 104 second bracket. Watch down the Vega tyres back straight. Ardigol puts the power down nicely, using all the HP coming out of that Vortex engine. The short straight, Simo Puhaka, winner of the last round of the series, sits third in the standings coming into this final race. As we said in the pre-final, Ardigol's best laps are towards the end, traditionally at least. So Puhaka's going to have to make a move any time now if he wants to win it. There's Anthony Abbas racing through up the back straight. This is the 100-mile-an-hour kink. Puhaka up the inside. He's done it. Wow. The crowd watches on in disbelief. The reigning world champion. He won the title at this very circuit in September of last year. He's now sitting in second. The driver from Tampere in northern Finland. Let's watch the replay. Ardigol just took the traditional racing line. Puhaka had the slipstream. We saw that coming. There was nothing Ardigol could do about it. He sits in second spot. Paolo De Conto is in third. It's Tony Kart in a CRG sandwich. Marijn Kremers driving brilliantly just at the tail of this field in the Birol Art. He is now up into position number 5. The young Dutchman from Eindhoven in Holland. There he is, the red and white car, one ahead of Jonathan Tonon. Jonathan Tonon's made a brilliant start also. Remember, he started way back on the 8th row of the grid in the Praga kart. Jonathan Tonon, a 1 minute 4 dead. And I mean that literally, 1 minute 4.000. The drivers in front of him doing a 1 minute 3.9, a 7 for Paolo De Conto. He did have the benefit of Ardigol's slipstream. Puhaka, he has to do all the hard work himself on this super quick Sarno circuit. Down through the gearbox into the paddock hairpin, up this short infield straight into 5th gear, before braking for the slowest section of the circuit. Simo Puhaka took what he described as the biggest win of his career 2 weeks ago. At the 3rd round of this series, he's second, as you can see, in the virtual championship. Ardigol is the leader. He will take the title if he can just hold on to 2nd spot. There's Kremers in the Birol Art, head of Tonon. Federer, Kozlinski, Camponeschi. Camponeschi's falling down through the order. What's happened to the Italian? Flavio Camponeschi is effectively out of it, as Paolo De Conto, meanwhile, makes it a CRG 1-2. This is half race distance. While we were looking for Flavio Camponeschi, who is in 14th position, let's have a look at the replay. De Conto down the inside of Ardigol, he tried to fight back. It is now Puhaka, CRG 1. It is De Conto, CRG in second. And Abbas in the Sodi kart, now in third. Marco Ardigol is off the podium. He finished third in the opening round of the European Championship a week ago to his teammate Flavio Camponeschi, who had a big moment a lap ago. Camponeschi is now down in 14th, one ahead of Roberto Manducci, who's made a great start to be up into position number 15 in the Vemi kart. There's Ardigol. Look at the racing line they use here at Sarno. Very reminiscent of Hockenheim in Germany. Turn 1, there's the virtual championship. Ardigol still got the title in his bag, despite currently being off the podium. Abbas will need to step onto the top of the podium to have any sort of chance, and hope something happens to Ardigol, which is very unlikely, given that he's a Tony Kart Racing Team factory driver. Onto the Vega tyres back straight. Puhaka, Paolo De Conto, Anthony Abbas, the Finn leading the Italian, leading the Frenchman. Ardigol starting to recover a little bit. But I tell you what, the driver who's absolutely flying is Marijn Kremers. In the Birrell Art, he's in 5th. From Eindhoven in Holland, there he is across the start-finish line. He's dragging Jonathan Tonon along with him. This is the 100-mile-an-hour top straight. You see saw Simo Puhaka just grab 6th gear, flat out through the kink. See a Bass's car lock up under brakes and twitch sideways quite violently. 158 k's an hour down to 56 k's an hour in the space of about 15 metres. Massive G-forces on these drivers, around about 3.5 Gs on cornering, particularly on these curves right here. This is the Vega Tyres back straight, lap number 10, 128 k's an hour right there. Before breaking into the paddock hairpin, Tonon is going to make a move, you would think, on Kremers. Unfortunately, we've lost Lundberg and Jordan Lennox-Lamb. Flavio Camponeschi is also out of the race, as is Mastetani and Vigorito. Puhaka's driving brilliantly, though. He's doing a 1 minute, 3.6 second lap time, as is De Conto behind him. Fabian Federer is 7th. Foray is 10th, so we've got 4 CRGs, 1st, 2nd, 7th and 10th. In this final round, look how Anthony Abbas uses the engine braking and the 4-wheel discs on that Sodi kart to wash off 100 k's an hour into the turn 2 hairpin. De Conto is actually 1/10 of a second faster than his Finnish teammate. The gap is 0.5 of a second out of the goal in the slipstream of Abbas. Tonon has got past Kremers, who's still driving well in 6th position. Kremers is going to come under assault from Fabian Federer. Behind Federer is Arno Kozlinski in the 2nd Sodi kart. Jorge Pescadore has got past Foray. He's now inside the top 10, the Spaniard from Valencia in Spain. Sideways through turn 1. There's Rick Drazen in the Ricardo kart. 140 k's an hour through that corner. There's Abbas leading Ardigol. Tonon. Let's see what times he's doing. 1 minute, 3.6. He's matching the leaders. Fastest driver on the track is Paolo De Conto in 2nd spot. Just 1/10 of a second faster than his teammate who leads. He does have the benefit of the slipstream at times, to be fair, which really means there's nothing between Puhaka and De Conto performance-wise in virtually identical equipment. Both Maxter-powered CRGs. There's Tonon in the blue Praga kart. He's driving brilliantly. Jonathan Tonon came from the 8th row of the grid in the Perilla-powered Praga kart. We have a close-up look of Paolo De Conto grabbing another gear. This is the 12th lap now. Kremers goes through. Jorge Pescador, there's Rick Drazen in the Ricardo kart. There, look at that. Paolo De Conto, fastest lap of the race. He's absolutely flying. Abbas goes a little bit wide. Ardigol is looking at making a move on the Frenchman. Abbas a little bit ragged that time. His tyre's starting to go off. Has he set the kart to come on too early? Ardigol right in the Frenchman's shadow. Let's have a look down on the paddock hairpin. Surely comes the Italian. Indeed, he makes the move. Ardigol is back on the podium and looking at winning the 2015 title. Tonon, position number 5, having come from 16th or 17th on the grid. In fact, the 8th row of the grid. For the Belgian, the race is not over yet, though. There's Ardigol going through number 1, head of Anthony Abbas, who's wringing the neck out of that Sodi kart. Paolo De Conto's in the slipstream. They're starting to slide. They're at the absolute limit. You could see them lock up under brakes and the kart started to drift. Paolo De Conto in the slipstream of Simo Puhaka. Can Puhaka make it 2 round wins in a row, or will it be Paolo De Conto? to stand on the top step of the podium. The last lap board is coming out next time around, down through the paddock hairpin. Ardigo has put a little bit of a gap between himself and Abbas. Abbas is off the podium. There they go through. They flash by at the back of your screen. Puhaka has not put a wheel wrong. Comes around the final corner for the second to last time. He will take the last lap board. Paolo De Conto grabs fifth gear, throws it sideways into turn one. There's Ardigo. Abbas in fourth spot, the number 44 Sodi kart. You can see how hard they're driving. Watch them under brakes. Watch the karts twitch around. Although it was a much straighter line that time from Puhaka, aware that a challenge could come at the last possible moment from his CRG teammate. Ardigo is looking at taking the title. Puhaka, though, has driven brilliantly. Abbas coming into this round was second in the series, but he sits in fourth on the Vega tyres back straight for the last time. Up into fifth gear, coming into that left, right, left, the slowest section of the track. Unfortunately, we've lost the Dutchman Marijn Kremers. I'm sorry, it's the other Birrell Art Cup, but the checkered flag is coming out. 2 out of 2. The driver from Finland, Simo Puhaka, makes it a CRG 1-2. Paolo De Conto comes home second. Marco Ardigo is third and the series winner. Look at that. CRG 1 and 2. They had a slow start to the series, but wow, what a form finish. Puhaka and De Conto. There's Jonathan Tonon. He finished in a great fifth place. But your series champion is the reigning world champion, unofficially, of course, Marco Ardigo. Just making a correction on the last lap, it was Giorgio Mandozzi in the other Birrell Art that we lost. Marijn Kremers did recover to finish sixth behind Tonon, ahead of Federer, Kozlinski and Hayek. But it's a CRG 1-2 here in Naples. Simo Puhaka won 2 weeks ago at La Conca. He's won the final round. As you can see, Paolo De Conto makes it a CRG Maxter 1 and 2. Marco Ardigo third. And that's the WSK Super Master Series for the reigning world champion. Great effort by Anthony Abbas all weekend. Look out for the Sodi karts come the World Championship at Le Mans in September. Look at that, 11th for the 5 times world champion Foray and 12th for the reigning European champion Rek Dresen. Flavio Camponeschi classified in 20th. Wow. Luca Corberi did not start, stalled on the grid. We did lose Jordan Lennox-Lamb. Not a good result for Douglas Lundberg. He did deserve better than that. As Puhaka and De Conto, there you can see Luca Corberi off the start, going nowhere. It was Ardigo who led. Gutsy effort from Puhaka around the outside of the opening lap. Abbas was the driver who we thought would take it to Ardigo. Ardigo led at this point. We thought that they'd fight amongst themselves. Look at the gap that Ardigo's already establishing, but he would be reeled in by the 2 CRG drivers. This was the move coming up for the race. Ardigo, textbook move by the Finn. He had that CRG Maxter hooked up and flying. Paolo De Conto says, I'll try the same thing, went a little bit deeper. Abbas tried to capitalise, but couldn't get past the Italian. It's a CRG form finish. Look at them lock up under brakes at the end of the straight. There's Ardigo. CRG 1 and 2. Simo Puhaka takes the win for the second round in a row. Paolo De Conto is second. And Marco Ardigo, the reigning champion, you can see on your screen, he has won the WSK Super Master Series for 2015. Simo Puhaka, well done to finish second. Abbas in third spot. That concludes the racing on track, but don't go anywhere because we will have the podium presentations for the KZ2 category in just a few moments' time. This is the final round of the WSK Super Master Series at the foot of Vesuvius. Yes, I said it again. It is still spectacular, but it's not going to erupt today. The action all happened on the track. Simo Puhaka took the win. Marco Ardigo is the series champion for 2015. The podium presentations coming your way in just a few moments. Stay with us live from Naples on WSK.it. Tu parli inglese? Sì, bene. Bene. The final podium presentation for the 2015 Super Master Series. Three very happy but very exhausted drivers down here. Third place and the series champion for 2015. Let's hear it for Marco Ardigo! Second place. A brilliant drive to make it a CRG 1-2. Let's hear it for Paolo De Conto. The winner for the second round in a row from Finland, Simo Puhaka. The third place trophy to be presented to Marco Ardigo. Second place for Paolo De Conto. And the winner from Finland, Simo Puhaka. For the second race in a row, we stand by for the national anthem of Finland. Your podium, the final round of the WSK Super Master Series for 2015. Let's step in here for a quick word if I can. Third place today, but you are the champion for 2015. Bravo, Marco Ardigo.
I talk in Italian because we are in Sarno, so...
Va bene, ok.
Allora sono molto contento per il campionato, anche per il terzo posto, ma soprattutto per il campionato. Ringrazio la mia squadra che in queste 4 gare mi ha dato a disposizione sempre un mezzo vincente all'altezza della situazione. Sono contento per me, per la squadra, per il mio meccanico che fa sempre un ottimo lavoro e dopo festeggiamo un po'.
Marco just saying he's delighted with his third place on the podium today, thanks to his team, and he will be partying with his team tonight, who worked very well throughout the entire series. Third place and the series champion, Marco Ardigo. Second place in inglese, se possiamo. Grazie, Paolo. Second place, you made it a CRG 1-2. Well done, Paolo De Conto. A fantastic race today.
Yeah, it's fantastic because we make first and second. It's very important for myself because it's my first race that I finish. I can make the best also in La Conca, but I crashed in the start. It's important for the team because we make a 1-2. For my mechanic because he work a lot and very perfect. So it's very important for myself. Thank you.
Prosecco in centro, Piazza Signore questa settimana.
Com'è?
Prosecco in centro questa settimana per te.
No, è perché prendo il volo dopo, ma se no facciamo una gran festa questa sera.
Paolo just saying that he will celebrate tonight. Bravo, Paolo De Conto. And for the second race in a row, it's not exactly Finland weather. It's a little bit warm here at Sarno, but Simo Puhaka, 2 races and 2 wins. That was a brilliant drive, a CRG 1-2.
Yeah, it was excellent for us because we make first and second. And for team for this weekend, we was really confident. And I have to say big thanks for everyone. And we make a great work, every one of us. And yeah. Now we can rest a little bit and looking forward for the Juera to continue our good work, and we will see.
Thank you and well done, Simo Puhaka. A grand round of applause for our podium. Our winner, Simo Puhaka, Paolo De Conto and Marco Ardigo, the Super Master Series champion for 2015.